Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, streaming has not been going particularly smoothly, at least on my side, because either the uni Wi-Fi has a meltdown every time I try to run something more complicated than my phone, or there is something genuinely wrong with Streamlabs. My money is on the former, but we'll see what tech support have to say. So at the end of my stream earlier today, I decided to hop into Battlegrounds before it was so rudely cut, and I decided to push towards 300 points. After my first stream, I was left very close to that point, and once the stream did cut, I was even closer. So I decided to actually finish up that grind so I'd have some content to show you, and I have some content. Let's get into it. So I think what this clip is going to prove is that even the absolute sweat lords of Battlegrounds are capable of making mistakes. They are human. Even the guys who don't touch grass and do nothing but play this game all day will eventually screw up. Players like myself and also my opponent here, Kittl. So Kittl is a Battlegrounds warrior. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially the step up from Battlegrounds combatant. So Battlegrounds combatant, what I'm gunning for, says you finished in C5 or C6, you're in the top 200, well done. Battlegrounds Warrior says you finished C2 to C4. So you finished in the top 10, but you didn't quite win it. Now you need to get a life. That's what that says. And as this was the battle for 300, this was the match that would push me over that threshold, I was understandably quite nervous. I've had run-ins with Kittl before, and I've lost. I've lost. So here, picking up Deathless Thanos, and we'll see what else my choice is. I think I go Red Skull to cover off a potential domino, even though Enchantress was very tempting. And here, another rank 6 Okoye, who, by the way, will tear things to shred this meta. She inflicts a shock which allows her to bypass the evade, and then you just deal the rest of the damage through DOT. No need to worry about safeguard. But my opponent picks up a Tumor and Spider-Ham, and now's my final draft. And at this point, with a lack of an Atuma counter, I'm starting to see how this match is going to shape up, and I'm not too happy about it. I think I ignore my Domino because he has his Shuri, and I opt for Enchantress instead. Mixmaster Enchantress, even with a rank 3 Spider-Ham, is going to be quite nasty. But I see defenders here, and I see attackers here, and I just thought, alright, that's nice, but I just don't see a way of winning this, unfortunately, as my opponent drafts a rank 3 Sig 200 Onslaught, which would have him put in prison. But anyway, it's my turn to place, and I'm going to try and grab round 1 here, I think, with my placement of Deathless Thanos, and we'll see what my opponent goes with. So my opponent, who do they opt for? They opt for Onslaught, and I'm going to go for it here. We go for Spider-Ham. Now, going for the round win is admirable, as he places rank 3 Kushala, but I really have nothing for Deathless Thanos in round 2. I am very cooked come round 2 and round 3. But we're going to do our best here. You know, if you place to pick up a round, you've got to fight to pick up a round. So here I just get stupid Neuroshock RNG and no Porker Poppers. And eventually I get 2 nice Light Attack Intercept into an SP1, get rid of the Crush Charge, and there's another 3 Neuroshocks on me. I'm just getting melted down below 90% already. Throwing the Relic into another few hits, just baiting out the SP2. Does a nice amount of damage. Very satisfying decks if you get that right. Another 3-hit combo into an SP1. Get rid of the Cross Charge. The Crush Charge. And here I knew that if I baited an L2 he would have gone down, but he just threw the L1 straight into my block, which was very antisocial. And he did it again! He did it again! Onslaught really not wanting to work with me here. So another 3-hit combo. I can't do much more than that because of the evade. Nice Light Attack Intercept into an SP1, just dash back, he's going to go down. That fight has the potential to be over 49k if you get better RNG. Maybe 50k with perfect AI and everything going away, but for now, 47k will have to do, as Kushala is still in there. And while he gets out, this gives me some time to talk about Deathless Thanos. Deathless Thanos is stupid. So stupid. When he came out, people were debating whether or not he was going to be the best Cosmic in the game. And now, given he's had some time to cement himself in Alliance War, in Battlegrounds, and just in general, I think I can definitely come out and say he is trading blows with rank 3 Sig 200 Serpent for the best Cosmic in the game. He may not have quite the same defensive prowess as the Serpent, but I'll tell you what, it's damn close, as rank 3 Kushala is still in there. And that's not taking into account his offensive potential, which is stupid. She barely gets him past halfway. Credit to him for staying alive, but Deathless Thanos will not die. Alright, so now it's time to go into round 2 and round 3, where I identified before I am thoroughly cooked. So I have a choice of defenders. I can place Photon, but he has Black Cat. I can place Enchantress, but he has Spider-Ham. Both fights are not going to go very well, and it's my turn to face Deathless Thanos. And it doesn't really matter how this round goes, or who he places, or who I place, because in round 3, he has a tumor. And I just don't have anything to compensate for that. But I go for Enchantress anyway. I bank on the rank 3 being better than the rank 2, so I put the rank 2 down first. And, well, I ain't using Kate here, because he's Cold Snap immune, and I sure as hell ain't using Red Skull, so I guess we go with Black Panther. And if you don't have Black Panther in your deck, and you have the 7-star from the Banquet event, and you have the means to awaken him, I highly recommend taking him up. Because if it wasn't for Deathless Thanos' protection in this fight, he wouldn't quite have one-shotted him with the SP2, but it would have been close. Black Panther is just so stupid and so versatile by virtue of his playstyle that he is just one of those champions you just get to L2 and win the game. And I only have an R6, but look how much damage that would have done had that protection not soaked it all up and dragged my damage down to 0. Deathless Thanos is so stupid on defense. We need new counters to come into the game that can sustain their damage across all the various protection phases, because, well, at least Black Panther certainly isn't doing it. And at least that will balance Deathless Thanos on top of his already insane offensive potential. Other problem I was having in this fight, I kept trying to parry the last hit of his L1, and I was just taking it to the face like a champ, as another SP2 is just completely absorbed by his protection. All I'm going to get out of that is a small amount of bleed damage at the end. That's absurd. But anyway, this clip will also serve as a reminder to the various Battlegrounds players who watch this video to never give up, because theoretically the best outcome here is I just take the hits to the face, end the fight quicker, because I know that Kittl will have just shredded through my Enchantress like she's not even there. He has the ideal counter. But as the timer ticks down to 0, you're going to see that 2 perfectly competent players completely cock up their round 2. And we win by 600 points. He forfeits. I would too, to be fair. But never give up, I guess. And hey, there's 300 points. Isn't that anticlimactic? Were you expecting drama? What, were you expecting 2 points between 2 great players as they battle to the death in round 3? No. You know, I was quite shocked by that. I was expecting a bigger grind. But, there we go. Taking down a Battlegrounds warrior, who is nearly twice my size, by accident. And yeah, that is just about all I have for you today. If you have made it this far, and you don't mind getting pranked like that, then thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.